Welcome to Atlantic Television Network Society Watch. This is a program where we ventilate societal issues, give them aggregate attention with a view to provide solutions that will benefit humanity. On today's Society Watch, we'll be looking at numbers of issues starting from Abuja. NDLA arrests pregnant woman, widow for fake currency drugs. From Lagos State, woman died as container falls on car. From Lagos, soldier nabbed for allegedly stabbing motorcyclists in Lagos. On Naira abuse, we are investigating several other celebrities. That's from EFCC. These are the stories we'll be looking at today. And of course, when we return from this short break, I will introduce my guests for today. Do stay with us.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending.
Welcome back. If you're just joining me, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. Remember, you can join us on all our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. And joining me in the studio this afternoon is Bishop Ambassador Dr. Ibioko Gospel Bob Manuel. He is a presiding bishop, joint heads in his Kingdom International Ministry, Atai, Obiakpo Local Government Area, Port Harcourt in River State. He is also a strategist and a public affairs analyst. It's good to have you after a long time.
Thank you, Maculeta. It's a privilege having you. Our viewers, we also wish you well. Thank you.
Am I supposed to say Happy New Year?
I will not sing this year. Well, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but I come around the radio almost oftentimes when Cosby avails me the opportunity.
All right, it's good to have you this afternoon, so you're welcome.
Thank you.
And the first story for today is from Abuja. Operatives of the NDLA has made several arrests across different states in Nigeria. In Abuja, 3 suspects were caught with 3.2 million in counterfeit Naira notes. In Kogi State, a man was arrested with 620 block of hams, while other men was caught with 98 kg of hams on the highway. Across River State, a woman was arrested for stealing a new psychoactive substance called cabin, and another man was caught with 39.4 kg of hams. In Kano State, 2 suspects were arrested with 9,000 pills of updates. Additionally, in Imo State, a logistic truck was intercepted carrying 230 blocks of hams. If you look at this story, of course, first of all, we want to commend the NDLA operatives because, of course, they are really on their toe and are really and ready to make Nigeria a better place. If you look at all of these that they have been taking, you will see 9,000, 6,000,
Yeah.
5,000 in a large number. And they also quote, this is, I mean, women are involved here. A woman, a pregnant woman carrying something of this nature too. What do you think of this story?
Well, generally crime is local. Every crime is local. And there's an adage in my place that there is nobody that stealing does not fit.
Yee.
So it does not matter whether your gender, your sex, in fact all over the world. Crime is not restricted to only the male or the female or even children, as the case courts for juvenile delinquencies and when you're underage and the law cannot take its course. Well, but generally, I want to give it to the former governor of Lagos State, Mawa, who is incidentally the Director General of the NDLE. I'm quite sure if he's still there. He has done a lot of very good work. He has been able to make the NDLE as an organization to bite. They are not now like backing, but they're also biting.
Okay.
And that is the result we're seeing. I think especially at the entry points, they have made very serious and curious searches that have brought about all these recoveries. And again, not just recovering them before, if the officers were corrupt or compromised, most of these things will not come to fore.
Yeah.
They will settle behind the screen. But at least majority of them, which means there is some character reorientation in the NDLA. And I think they should keep it up. For me, it's good because drugs have destroyed a lot of our youths and even adults. Especially at this time that things are very difficult. Some people deliberately take to drugs. So you see the trafficking of drugs have become on the rise. And also the get quick money syndrome without really a clear-cut hard work. People feel if I can just have my chance, I can just make it. And they want to go the easy way. Though they will also tell you it's not easy because they are taking risk. Well, at the end of the day, I think the NDLA, for the successes they have recorded, we must commend them.
Yes, of course, definitely we must commend it. But now that an 8-month-old pregnant woman is fully involved in this criminal act now, what happened to her? Is there a possibility of detaining her?
The law does not preclude pregnant women. There are even people who give birth in the prison. They go into the prison with pregnancy, and there are facilities there. They give birth there, and the babies are nursed under good care. I think what is happening is that the point is what must have made a woman under that situation to take to that kind of trade or that kind of trade. That's what we should be asking as a mother, and also if she didn't have children before, a prospective mother or a potential mother. I think she should look at her condition. But again, somebody will say whether it is the condition that have even driven her into maybe, I don't want this baby to suffer, the father is not showing care. So somebody must have talked her into, you can do this and guarantee well-being. But because it's criminality, there is no how somebody can justify it. If something is if you run against the law, foul against the law, it will take its course. Even if you are sick, the best they can do is to give you medical facility, and when you are strong, you face the process of prosecution, and if you're able to prove yourself innocent, you are the charge. If you are not, then the law takes its course. For what I think is our society, and like you are worried that not just a woman but a pregnant woman. In those days, motherhood has a way, it checkmates attitude. Especially if it's a man, they can say, he's hustling, he wants to make ends meet, maybe the pressure. But for a woman, especially a pregnant woman, which means a man is in her life, that's an evidence, whether they are married or not. that she can share moments with. So that shouldn't have even been a last option for people like that, morally speaking. But we are in a society where morality is, I would say, is taken for granted now. Nobody cares how you make it. If they see wealth around you, they are celebrated. So you never can tell. Maybe our environment has influenced people like that to think that there is nothing wrong going that way. If I succeed, my story will be heard. If I don't, well, so be it.
And they also intercepted a bus carrying 3.2 million counterfeit currency owned by about 3 suspects, and the age is not far-fetched from 32, 42.
Who are teenagers, who are into things we call the internet fraud, the Yahoo and all that. Somebody who is 30-something, 40-something, I'm quite sure is getting to become, if he has children in time.
In 27 years, is also involved there.
Yes, I know. The age now is not the issue.
It's not a problem.
I think what technology has also exposed us is that the things we don't teach our children, they learn from the space available to them. Whether I give them a phone, an Android phone, an iPhone, or anything, they have several ways they get information. And you see, our children, the things that are rascally easily attract them. Yeah, so all we make them to do is, look, you have to train up the child the way he should go. When he grows, he shall not depart. You want to make them to be morally upright. And I think there is something they think they miss. When they see their mates who don't have that kind of upbringing, they think they are missing something. So some of them, when they leave home, those are the kind of people they associate with. And before you know, peer group influence. Not what you learn from home, though parental failures are also part of what is causing this. There are many people, because of the cost of living, they come to church, they come to worship centers without their children. If you ask them where are your children, they say it's difficult to bring all of them to church. And it's not because they're not in the church. Of course, going to church does not also mean that you turn out to become a perfect person. But at least you go to a place where you are encouraged to be upright. And now these are children that you lose control of them at that stage. Some you are leaving them with the television is on, they flip to any station they want. So what I mean is that the access to information, positive and negative information, that you don't know who next, and if you do anything, we'll come after you again. So where we begin to raise gangsters, instead of raising future leaders, you can end up getting pockets of people who can decide to take this kind of risk. For me, I think that the common advice has always been hard work.
And then again,
hard work. But these days, everybody just feel that while you're working hard, some people who think they're smart are just making the news. So positive or negative, why don't I join them? So it's becoming an attraction for people who don't have a divine vision for their life. Anything can go. So when they run into such things, they call them opportunities, provided they can rub off positively on them for the immediate time being. But I think we should discourage that, because the place of hard work comes with a lot of positives. Like how to avoid this. You can justify whatever you have, you can account for it, and the larger society is better for it. You can see the level of our economy now. You can see the leakages. You can see the kind of stories we hear from even public space concerning our resources and how they are managed. They leave a lot to be desired. And these are also coming from the same pool of foundation we have, from the school, the churches and all that. These people are all associated. And it's something that is worrisome. And we need to get back to our moral base, fabrics. That's true.
And then we have always been having a story of our NDLA arresting people with drugs and all of those. Why can't they go to the bank first to tackle this? Why do they always have to wait for it to spring forth, and then they will not be fighting the branch when we have the tree? Why are they fighting the branches? Okay. Why not go to the tree? Why not uproot it from the roots?
Okay, well, you know that every crime, like you have said, it has a foundation and it has a root. But again, it is based on the information you have.
They have.
And also, even those who are the agencies that fight crime, I must also say they are taking a big risk. Because some of these crimes are organized. For instance, recently, somebody said she was kidnapped. And you will not believe it that the people who came to kidnap her they did not blindfold her. They did not even also cover their eyes with veils. They were telling her that, look at us very well, you cannot recognize us. We are not from this area. Which means they were organized. And they were, as they were going, they were calling people to say, clear the road, we are coming with a target. So, whatever crime that is happening now in our climb, a lot of people that you don't even think could be part of the chain, the value chain, by their own estimation, are part of it. We may not, but we have had a lot of investigations implicate even people you don't think, even the security agencies themselves, the ones that are not upright and all that, or who want to help themselves, want to resort to self-help. So what I think they should do is, if, like, I don't understand what you're saying, if somebody who is, they call them this, who is a sponsor, but there's a name they call them, if somebody who is a sponsor of a particular crime, these people are agents and all that, and they have confessed that this is, although they gave them so much that no matter how you punish them, at times they don't disclose those. But by investigation, those agencies also know those who are capoons in this area. But at times you need evidence to track them down. Okay, look at the Oshpipi kind of thing. It took the American government a lot of time to trail him. His expenditure, they trailed him for so long before they nailed him down. So those big people who are into crime, so if you are under a command of somebody who says you are calling somebody a criminal and somebody is telling you, please take care of your face the other way, and the person can account for, you stay where you are, you either resign or you take the instruction. Because it's a command system. So a lot of compromises might have been happening. So what they do is, in most cases, when you get those people who are agents and you put them through investigation process, they open up to tell you more information. And those are built up to get into the bigger targets. So when you over a period, you are getting people and they are pointing at one same direction, you can have the courage to now say, let's look at that direction. And that's what is happening. But I don't think it's deliberate that they are not going for the ROA.
Director of the traffic incident urged the truck drivers to avoid speeding and ensure their vehicles are properly checked before journeys. May the souls of the departed rest in peace.
Amen.
It's quite unfortunate, but this issue of truck drivers, it's another serious problem that truck drivers have to apply the same road as the small vehicles. And if you see the way these people speed on the road, you will wonder whether the road is meant for them alone. And there's one thing that is always, one problem they always have is brake failure. And they are very much aware of this. But then, I don't know if they don't apply caution when they are driving. We are also looking at the road safety code.
Okay.
Now you see them on the road. I want to understand. I just wish that I have one of them here, but of course you are here to speak, so I'd like to know. What exactly do they check? Do they check the fitness of the parking people in there, which is actually unsafe? And then, based on one or two, they will allow them to go. You will see a bus that is almost not balanced. They will let them go. But you see a vehicle that is well balanced, well polished, almost a brand new car. Is that one they will stop to investigate if they have extra tire, if they have fire extinguisher, if they have this and that? What exactly are they checking? Because if they see a truck that is almost not good, can't they just park it one side? Because these are the issues that we are having, and a lot of persons are going in for that.
Well, again, that is left for the interventionist agencies to answer. But from observation, what we have seen is the same people not being diligent at what they do. The rules are very clear. Road safety, what they look at is the safety aspects of the motorist. The motorist, no matter whether it's articulated vehicle or whatever it is. And like some, they even have a civil sector of it, as the road marshals and all that to assist them, apart from the main road safety officers. So it's not only that, even the police have the traffic unit and all that, and most of them come to the road. But you see, what we have seen, I was just coming to this way, I saw a truck like that. Well, what was carrying, we didn't really know, but they just spoke after a while, they say move. Now, we have seen two things. There are some of them who remain on the highway. What they are interested in is taking tolls. Whether it is a good car. In fact, from the people who are running foul to the traffic laws, those people, in fact, they do it with impunity, because when they get to where those that will check them are, they settle them.
Okay.
Some have even settled in advance, so they just hail them and they pass. But meanwhile, until an incident happens, that is when people begin to see the foolishness or who is not doing a job well. But that has not amounted to anything, because there are no prosecutions, there are no cautions being done to those who are erring. So you see, most of them who should be serious with even their job, they get offended when you don't do what they tell you to do. In some cases, when you don't compromise them, you want to say you have everything, they will check until they contravene you. Like as I was coming here, there was some road safety guys at the other end. Holy Spirit just told me, please, you don't want anybody to stop you because of time. So just put on your seatbelt. I heard that voice and I had to put on my seatbelt. I said, okay, at least this one, the first attention is they can stop you that you're not putting on your seatbelt, which is a legitimate thing. If you stop now, they will go into B. By the time I tell them I'm going to, they say, is that why you are not putting on your seatbelt? So what I did was to obey that voice. And I truly, when I came, they were flagging people down to do their normal job. But when they saw me, they allowed me go. You understand? Because one, primarily I have met, the basic safety listing to where I see a seatbelt while driving. So at times we, the members of the public too, we take a lot of things for granted. But when they find those things, instead of now trying to bring the people to justice, what they do, they take advantage of the people.
Dr. Bomanwell, are you aware that majority of commercial drivers,
Not having their papers.
not about papers, talking about safety, they do not have seat belts to start with?
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I said that those that have already not meeting up have become friends with these people. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because they have to survive. Everybody is saying the economy. They pass the same route. And maybe if it's the same set of officers there, they become friendly with them. Instead of saying this car is not roadworthy. Before we used to have a vehicle inspector rate division. In fact, they were more serious than even the road safety. Those people, if they see a vehicle is not roadworthy, that's their work. They impound the vehicle. But now, they are not even there. Most of them are retired, and they didn't train young people. They used to be part of the Ministry of Works. Even the police used to have them, the VIOs. Those people are the people who really actually check roadworthiness of vehicles. They will tell you, if they give roadworthiness, it's not even the licensing office. It was their job to give you roadworthiness. And they will look at the car. If it's not fit, they will tell you it's not qualified to go on the road. It's not even about tire. They look at the age of the car. They look at the body. They do a lot of assessment. But you see, that was when society was orderly. Now, all even people like that have is what advantage can we take of those who have run contrary to the law? And that has been, it's a moral issue. That is why even this affecting all the agencies. People want to resort to self-help. And for me, that is the simple thing that has made it look like the things they are not supposed to be are becoming like the proper things that are being done.
All right, viewers, there are so many vehicles that are not roadworthy. And then when the road safety officials sees this car, they will let it go. And then when they come in contact with those ones that are well branded, almost brand new, they will stop those ones. And my question to you out there is, what exactly are they checking? Are they really there for the sake of safety, or they are there for something else? Because we really want to understand. A woman just died based on a truck that fell brake and fell on her car, and she couldn't survive it because maybe the car was not, the truck was not roadworthy enough. But they let it go. What exactly are they doing? I'd like to hear from you. You can drop it on the comment section. This is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. We'll return after the short break.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring honest pop news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honourable
You human trafficker.
Honourable
You're a human
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network, and the next story is on mother. A Lance Corporal of the Nigerian Army was arrested for allegedly stopping a commercial motorcyclist during a dispute at a bar in Ikorodu, Lagos, over the weekend. The incident, which occurred around 2 a.m. at the lounge in the Itamaga area, is under investigation. Witnesses reported that the Lance Corporal attached to the 159 Battalion in Yobe State attacked the motorcyclist with a gun-like jackknife, injuring him in the upper left side of his stomach. Police visited the scene and took the injured man to the hospital where he is receiving treatment. SP Benjamin Onduyin, spokesman for the Lagos State Police Command, confirmed the incident and stated the suspect is in custody and investigations are ongoing. Well, first of all, we want to say thank God for life.
Okay.
Yes, at least the motorcyclist did not die, the person involved. And again, we also know that there are a lot of individuals now that are portraying themselves and military uniform, as in acting to be who they are not. We know that we have a lot of those, but right here they were able to identify that this is a real a military man.
Okay.
And these are the people that we are supposed to run to when we need help. And in a situation that they can, most of them, majority of them do not even know how to control their anger. When something happens, they just jump into it. We are not disputing the fact that we have good ones among them. So what do you think about this story, where we can't no longer trust some of the security personnel?
Well, it's not the first time. We have seen trigger-hungry military men, policemen, people in the security agencies who have misused their privileges and opportunities. But I think this one, you can look at the scenario. One, it was not a station. So was it under permission, or was it on a special duty from Yobe to Lagos State? You have to look at a lot of underlying factors. Then again, it was a bar he found himself. A bar that is close to a nightclub that has a lounge. So they might also be acting under the influence of drugs and especially beverages. So when you are a military man, does not preclude you of when you are influenced by other intoxicating drugs, or let's take it for granted, you might become unreasonable and you can act otherwise. So no matter how provoking it is, it was not enough for you to take somebody's life. Rather, you should protect lives. That's what they are trained to do. And again, I want to say, without recourse to maybe saying that our men are not trained, but the people from the other ranks in the military, most of them don't have what it takes about human relations.
So why are they there? What are they doing there?
They're there because a lot of us will not agree right now to go into the military.
So now, is it based on availability?
No, I'm telling you right now, even the people we call insurgents, you didn't hear, most of them are being recruited. Because they're already used to that hard life, they're already used to using arms and ammunition. The only thing you need to give them is other training and legitimize their decisions. So you use the experience to fight war. If you look at the recruitment of most of these, especially even at the officer level, even universities for military and all that has been established. But you have very few people, except those who are from those kind of families. They want somebody to succeed them in the military. How many people in your community just stand up and say, I want to become a soldier? I want to become...
The ones that when they didn't survive it at the forefront.
Nobody wants. Me, I've donated 1 or 2 of my children to that service. And
you have done that?
Yes, even some are female.
Oh.
But I tell you that, but they're wonderful people, they are disciplined. When you go through, and they are peaceful. If they don't because they can shoot, or before they can do that, they don't harass you. It's only when you want to take them for granted. They cannot tell you, we're not ordinary. We have gone a step ahead, or you are a bloody civilian. So I think that officer must have been provoked, or he must be acting under some kind of influence.
So,
But all the same, it's condemnable. Nobody has a right wherever you find yourself, especially as a man who should be protecting the law.
So, Dr. Bob Manuel, at this point that you are just said brought this to the light, that it's not necessarily people that are want, is based on availability now, because a lot of people wouldn't want to go into military. So if the government, because I remember that's insurgents that you talked about, the community people, even as we talk now, they are not still very comfortable with what the state or the federal government want to do, because they're like, these are the people that took, that brought harms to us. These are the people that kept us in the condition that we are. And then you want to recruit them into this thing that's supposed to protect life. We also know that military is not really about training. It's also about the mindset. Because you can give me all the training I need to know. Whatever is in my mind is what I'm going to do.
Of course.
So if I'm not there to protect lives, some of them actually go there because they want to revenge. All right, because we saw one that said, oh, I went into this because this is what I want to do. These people did this to... That's a story for another day. So based on what you just said now, don't you think that the federal government is endangering the masses' lives? Because just recruiting anybody because there is nobody, don't you think it's going to be very dangerous for society?
Well, we cannot say that is completely 100%, because I know that the process of recruitment has phases. You understand? Character is key. Because if you have criminal records, you're not supposed to come into the military.
But this time, the case is different.
Especially where there is no proof. You understand? Because if it is about people who have been given amnesty, or people that the federal government are saying they have surrendered and all that, they are known that their characters were deficient. But because of what they are now, we can checkmate them. That could be somebody's discretion. But what I feel is that the due diligence and all that are supposed to be observed. But again, I am talking from experience. Because in those days, you see people bring form to us, even as clergymen, sign, I want to go for a recruitment, I want to go for an exercise. Even now, when they advertise, you don't see anybody jumping at it. Because even the people who are in the military, some of them are resigning.
So why all this? Is it the corruption in the system?
Not only the corruption, some of them feel they are not well remunerated. If with the experience they come out, they can even run private security firms and they make more money. Some of them think that they don't have the patriotism again, looking at the state of the nation, the poor leadership, to go and die for anybody. How can you say you want to go and die for a nation that the leaders don't care about the citizens? Even those who have been recruited in the armed forces, some of them take peanuts. Some of them, even when they are the front line, the battlefront, what is their merits don't get to them. So they are annoyed. They are not happy defending their country. So some of them, the least opportunity they have, they resign, except where they refuse their resignation. So we have seen where, how will I say, our core motivation have nosedived. So it's not encouraging. Before, even if you see the uniform of a military person, a physique that goes with it could make a young person say, I want to just enroll. You see the influence that come with it. But now, you see, nobody, if you see even a soldier, you're not afraid again. Before, if you see a soldier around your area, even if it's a soldier in training, you were kind of, this is a special person.
Yeah.
But today now, we see them almost everywhere. They have become common. And they are hustling like any other person. So, you don't think that, except when they are now sent to battlefronts like that, and even the enemies. We've had situations where some of them compromise on the field. But we can not just be talking of the bad ones alone.
Yeah, we have the good ones.
We have the good ones who are also professional. But they are very few now. Because the essence in whatever we are doing now, people are saying, what is in this profession for me? How can I use it to train my children with the risk I'm taking? Is it worth it? So, you see, we must motivate these people who are volunteering to go into those things. Okay. Give them what is due, because they've signed their life warrant. that any battle they go, they don't come back. That's so be it. Attraction for younger people
To comment.
to go, and for some other people to think that let's not just live unceremoniously because we have prospects of growth. I think that will help.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
And the next one, the last story for today. The EFCC is investigating several celebrities for Naira abuse, summoning them for questioning and receiving valuable information. The agency is aware of various videos showing Naira abuse and commend public vigilance. It emphasizes its commitment to investigate and prosecuting Naira abuse cases, with a special task force in place since February 7, 2024. The EFCC warned the public against violating laws on Naira abuse, but Risky was arrested and sentenced to 6 months in prison without option of a fine for Naira abuse. Now, Dr. Bob Manuel, of course, it is stated that Section 21, Subsection 3 of CBN Act specially forbid Nigerians to spray or throw national currency at special occasion. And this law has been there since not now. And then again, this attracts either 6 months imprisonment or a fine of 50,000, or better still both, just as is happening to Bobby Risky now. And this issue of spraying of abusive of Naira, we have seen money where you see should I call it news or articles on it? People keep writing on currency. A lot has been going on. And this law has been since. So why didn't they implement it all the while?
Well, they say whenever a man wakes up from his sleep,
That's his morning.
that's his morning. So, again...
So it's not morning for EFCC.
Of course, they have a new man at the end of affair.
Okay.
And he's a pastor. And I think one of his slogans was saying there is no sacred cow. So even the people who take things for granted, I think that same thing is happening in NDLA. Mawa also came up with that system to say this place must work. If there are drug pushers, then we must get to where they are. So I think the EFCC, they are trying their little best. But at times it sounds funny because I've gone to many occasions where we see people spray our currency.
Exactly, even now.
And it's like part of a socially accepted norm. But if it's actually is running counter to the law, then I'm quite sure one way or the other, many people have run foul of it. We have to be more circumspect because videos are taken. And from what I read from the piece you sent to me, they said that they have many videos. Many videos, and they are studying them. So we'll know who will be next. But again, I had never liked that kind of thing because of my priestly aspect of training. Whatever Bible will say, let your left not know what your right is doing. At times it's because of this showmanship. People come and you want to take over the attention of people. You bring script note and begin.
But Doc, you know that this is one of the fun parts of occasion, you know. No matter how people dance, no matter the comedy, the peak of it is when someone comes to spray money, you know what I'm talking about. So,
that's what
do you think it will have a way of reducing all those extravagant occasions?
No. If things is criminal now, that's what we're saying. You either have 50,000 or... And it's called Naira abuse.
Yes.
So why should I do... Because I want to satisfy... I want to perhaps create more fun fare or something. No. It's better. You can do a transfer to the account. They will still get their lot. Okay, if I want to give you 1 million naira now, I'm even at risk. Coming to stand to give you 1 million naira cash, even if it's in dollars.
So this will have a way of copying insecurity now.
Yes, even to the people. Because some people go to occasion and they trail them. Because of some kind of way they have shown up there, they be, this man is a person of means. But if you quietly transfer even 10 million to a couple, maybe you don't want to give them before the occasion, you just go and transfer. They see their lot. They will do a special visit to you. Even if you didn't stand up to dance, you have already impacted their life. So I think there is sense in that law. It will bring sanity into, even some of us will do this even in the churches.
Okay, so looking at...
So I think it's not a bad law, but, well, since it is a commonly done something, they can be lenient for now, but do more of, how will I put it,
Fine.
more of enlightenment.
Okay.
Enlightenment, so people don't take it for granted anymore. That it is actually criminal to abuse the naira. Again, I'm not only talking of spraying, the way we handle our currency. If you look, most of us, I have some in my pocket here, we don't have a purse.
We'll squeeze it.
We squeeze it, all that part of abuse. you see some people in the market with oil hands and all that.
And they just use
When
something
they
in their
give
hand.
you things like you buy something and they want to give you some remainder of your money and all that after purchase, at times you want to reject it because it's so unkempt. We need to, because of people steal money from time to time, we need to have purses, line up our currency, and spend it with some, just like the way we revert the dollar.
Could it be that people protected dollar a lot? Because if you see someone with dollar, they always have a way of placing them in the wallet. Do you think they were doing all of those things because it had value more than naira?
That is one. Two, again, the dollars are not, they are not too big. If you look the way the dollar is produced, they are just like our 50 naira notes. Our 50 naira notes, that's, is fine a dollar. So it's more convenient to put in a purse. You know, but when you have, these are big notes, if you have say 100,000 now, even the 1,000 naira note, it's difficult to put, except you have a big bag like this, my owner, to put money. And that could expose you. People to say, what's in that bag? It becomes too, but you can carry $10,000 in a wallet and nobody will even know you're carrying anything. So I think we need to look at all these features in our currency.
Oh, do you think this will have a way of coping insecurity in the States?
Yes,
In
it
the
has.
country?
It has. Because that's why we're going cashless.
And before we go, I want to ask a quick one. Now, looking at it, most of these correctional centers are actually congested. And they are looking for how to, remove some persons.
Decongest them.
Yeah, so at this point, I know that a lot of Nigerians are falling into this trap. If they keep taking it to correctional center, what happens?
Well, I think there are some crimes that can be, how will I put it, leniency can be extended. For instance, crimes like this, when the Chief Justice or the prison authorities, they go from their time-to-time visit, they release over 1,000 people like that. Some have overstayed their period because they were awaiting trials. Some, the crime they committed even are not too serious, but they've already done a part of the time. They just say, okay, allow these ones go. They call them, I think, privileges and all that of maybe the Chief Justice. But what I think is, no matter our correctional centers, let our laws work. For instance, this one, you may not always go to prison. You may not always go to prison, but you can pay the option of fine. You can do the option of fine. But we should also respect our laws. That will make us
Okay, he may not always go to the prison, he may pay the option of fine. But maybe, let's just say that Bob Risky's own is because it's not just about abuse of naira, it's also money laundering. Maybe that's why he's there.
No, besides that, Bob Risky is being fought by, I think they say there's a group of them, they are fighting themselves. They say the dark man, this and that, on the social media. So there are, I think there's more to.
There's more to what we know.
More to what is happening to him.
Media.
That's what we think.
All right, our viewers.
It's a dogfight.
We are here to remind you again that Section 21, Section 3 of CBN Act specifically forbids Nigerians, to spray all through the national currency at social occasions. You shouldn't do that again. Don't stamp on it, don't fold money, don't write something on it. Respect your currency. Otherwise, you're going to pay a fine of 50,000 or go to 6 months imprisonment, or better still, you're going to do the both, and you don't want to be there. Behind the bars is not where you want to be, so you have to respect your currency. This is how much we can take on today's Society Watch. Thank you so much, Dr. Bob.
Thank you, Emanuela. We can do this again.
Of course,
and we also are wonderful viewers. Remain blessed.
All right, remain blessed too. Thank you for joining us. You can join us on all our social media platforms. But before then, I am your host, Immaculata Irikana. Join us on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. And do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching and continue to stay connected on 18 socials. Till we come your way next time. Good afternoon.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. On ATN.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human
On the point of order.
Honorable They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.